What if I told you the app that promised to protect women on dates actually ended up exposing them to even greater danger? You probably came across this in the news. An app called T got hacked. Now, to be clear, Tea was not about your morning drink. It was actually a dating safety app that blew up on TikTok. Think of it like Yelp, but instead of rating businesses, it lets women anonymously review dating experiences, and people loved it. Why? Because there was a real problem to solve. A 2022 study showed that almost 3 out of 4 people on dating apps had faced some form of sexual violence. The big players, Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, they weren't really fixing that. So T came in as the hero. It promised safety, privacy, and accountability. And for a while, it worked. The app went viral. But then, things took a turn. Here's where it gets scary. Going viral also made T a big target. Hackers got in. They stole over 70,000 photos, including thousands of ID selfies. Then came another leak. More than 1 million private messages were exposed. It made me realize when you give an app your secrets, you are not just sharing data, you are sharing your trust. And T broke that trust overnight. To make things worse, trolls started posting these stolen pictures online. Some even made hot or not websites out of them. The exact people T promised to protect were now the ones most at risk. And when I looked deeper, even the reviews inside the app had become toxic. What started as a brilliant idea for safety became unsafe itself. And honestly, it made me a little angry because people needed this app. If I were building something like T, I would do it differently. And as a software founder myself, this really hit close to home. I kept thinking this could have been avoided. Here's how. First, secure architecture and design. Use MVC architecture to separate UI, logic, and data layers. Avoid exposing sensitive logic or keys in the client app. Keep it on the secure server. Second, secure user authentication. Make users verify their identity with strong passwords and implement two-factor authentication for critical features. Make sure users can only access what they are allowed to see. Keep login sessions short so that stolen login info won't work for long. Third, strong backend security. Encrypt sensitive data in transit and while storing it. Never store passwords in plain text. Use secure digital locks. Avoid storing sensitive info on the user's phone unless absolutely necessary. Try to keep it on secure servers. Network security. Enforce HTTPS only for all communications. Use API rate limiting to reduce brute force attempts. Avoid exposing sensitive endpoints publicly. Use a backend API gateway. Fifth, safe third-party tools. Only use libraries, plugins, or code from trusted sources. Keep them updated to avoid known vulnerabilities. Remove anything unnecessary that could be a weak point. I realize some of those terms might sound a little technical if you are not in the coding world, but don't get lost in the jargon. The main point is clear. Safety isn't a side feature. It has to be built from the ground up, but these are just the key steps. There are many more measures you can take to further enhance your app's security. If you want to dig deeper, I have created a full guide with practical steps. You can grab it from the link in the description. For me, the T-app story isn't just gossip. It feels like a wake-up call. I kept thinking, an idea alone can get you downloads, sure. I have seen it happen. I have even chased that excitement myself. But what really keeps people with you isn't the hype, it is trust. Without it, everything falls apart. So now, whenever I ask myself, can I build this app? I forced myself to add another question. Can I build one that people would trust with their privacy, with their safety? And honestly, that's the line that separates an app that just blows up for a moment from one that actually lasts. At Sunyam Software, we help startups and solo founders build web or mobile apps starting from idea to launch with the right features, tech stack, architecture, monetization plan, and optimized server setup with adequate security measures. If you are serious about building it right, let's talk. The T-app failed because it chased growth without building trust. We will make sure your app doesn't make the same mistake. See you in the next video.